Hi guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today behind me I have a 2007 Alfa Romeo Spider. This is the 2.4 diesel. The customer is complaining of low down, loss of power, like when pulling off in second gear. It's not got much power, so let's have a look at it and see if we can find out what's wrong. So immediately we can see where it needs some fuel and it needs a little bit of a top up on oil. We've got no engine warning lights. I have already plugged my computer into it. There are no fault codes saying there's a problem. I have given the car a little bit of a drive, and yeah, I can agree it's just like low down, it's a little bit low on power, but the actual car is boosting pretty much as well as it should be. So let's have a look under the bonnet and see if we can see what's wrong. I do want to perform one test straight away on the swirl flaps just to see if any of those are leaking, because it is a very, very common problem on these engines. So what I'm going to check for first is just that there's no leaks or anything on these pipes. Another place for it to leak is here, and also you've got pipes down the back of the engine which go down here, which needs checking. Make sure there's no holes in those. I have already checked them off camera and there's no sort of leaks in the turbo system that I can find. So what I'm going to do now is test the swirl flaps to see if any of them are leaking. It's a very easy test. You can do this at home. All you need is a cup filled with very liquid and water, and all I'm going to do is pour it on top of the swirl flaps. And see what happens. And as you can see immediately, we've got air coming out of the swirl flaps. I would say on at least 3 of them. So as you can see, on number 5 it's quite bad. Number 4 we have a little bit of a leak, and number 3 we have a little bit of a leak. The other 2, nothing at all. So let's turn this engine off now. So yes, as you can see, it's generated quite a lot of bubbles, so that means there's loads of air leaking out of the manifold, so the fuel mixture is not going to be quite right, so you're going to be down on power. So what this vehicle needs, it needs the swirl flaps removing or replacing with a new manifold. Now this test will only work if your swirl flap manifold has that rod on top, because on some of the newer 1.9 engines, they're all sort of internal to the manifold and you can't see them, so you can only do this test on the earlier 1.9 engines and these 2.4 engines. What happens on the newer engines is you've got like a plastic manifold and plastic swirl flap, which is all hidden inside the manifold, so you can't actually see anything from the top. So you can only really do this test on the early 1.9 engines with the swirl flaps and the 2.4 engines. So there you go. Hopefully this will help you guys find out if your swirl flaps are leaking or not. Don't forget to give the video a like, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.